What's up, everybody? I'm Tim from Timber Ridge Gifts. So in a lot of my videos you can kind of catch little glimpses of my candle shop. A lot of people have messaged me and asked to kind of go on a tour of my candle shop. So we're going to do that here in a second. Just want to say, like most of you, I started out in the kitchen, just on the stove top, using what counter space I had. I was in this little bitty rental house at the time, so I didn't have much to work with. Quickly outgrew that. There was a small little space in that rental house that I was able to use. Then I got married and moved into this house. I was lucky enough to have a spare bedroom, so after much debate I was able to convince my new wife that I needed to take over this entire room for my candle shop. Took a lot of convincing and quite a while, but as you can see, I won. So let's go ahead and head in and check out and show you what I'm working with. I will say that most of you, not everybody's going to have this exact setup. Most people probably won't have this much extra room. But I just want to kind of show what I had, just to you can see the way I use my space, the equipment that I have. Maybe just seeing that will be able to give you a better idea of what you can actually accomplish. So let's head on in and check it out. Now the first thing you'll see is this baby gate blocking the room. That is all because of a furry little creature called Max, a little Maltipoo that my wife has. A lot of dangerous chemicals and stuff he can get into in there, so we just want to keep him out. So if you have fur babies at home, you might want to consider something like this too, if you're able to isolate your space and keep them out of it. Next up is my IT department. Nothing really special about there. I just wanted to make sure I kept everything in the same place. Just so much easier for me to be organized and work with everything in a centralized location. So let's head on in the room. Before we head in, just want to zoom down here. You can see my fire extinguisher there, and another one right there on my workstation. Definitely a must-have if you're going to do any type of candle work. Just remember, safety first. Okay, this is my wax melt storage section. That's where I keep all of the wax melts that I make. Was able to pick those bins up at Walmart there. I think they were 97 cents a piece. The shelves that they're on, I think I got those at either Lowe's or Home Depot. They're just normal plastic garage shelves. I think those were $15 a set. They're not extremely sturdy, but for no more than I've got on them, they work great. Next up that's my main workstation. And it's just a typical garage workbench with a pegboard backing that I got at Harbor Freight. I think that sold for $120, $130. I was lucky enough on the day that I bought it. There's the only one they had left, and the box was open, so they sold that to me for $85. Kind of took a chance that it might have been missing parts, but everything was there, so got a really good deal on it. That's where I do most of my. That's where I do all of my pouring or my melting. I'll show you my pouring table here in a minute. You can see it's a great bit of storage. It's got a shelf on top where I keep all of my pouring pots. It's got a pegboard backing where I'm able to keep a lot of the different little small tools, so I can keep those all together. It's got a couple drawers, a big space on the bottom where I keep a lot of my wax, and storage underneath where I keep a lot of the empty jars. So let's move over here. We have these big shelves here. It's where I keep most of my inventory and a few supplies. Again, that's just garage shelving that I bought at either Lowe's or Home Depot. I think those were maybe 45 or 50 a set, but each shelf is rated for 150, 200 pounds, I think. So it's definitely enough for what I use it for. If you're storing huge, heavy things in your garage, it might not be good, but for what I use them for in the candle shop, they work great. You see I've got two of them. That's where most of the inventory goes. In the middle is my shipping department. It's where I keep a lot of my shipping supplies. Let me go on over to the other side of the room here. Have some other shipping supplies on these other shelves. As you can see, I have a lot of shipping supplies. Believe it or not, most of those were free, like all those ones on the top shelf. I think in my next video I'm going to do a kind of an intro to shipping. So in addition to candle making, my full-time job, I'm actually a letter carrier, or in layman's terms, I'm a mailman. So I can give a little bit of insight to shipping. So stay tuned for that video. Hopefully I'll be able to help some people out with that. Next up, just some regular more garage shelves that I melted, or just some more garage shelves that I mounted. That's where I keep all of my fragrance oils. like to keep it up high just because my little stepdaughter and her friends will come in here sometimes. And a lot of this stuff is caustic or poisonous, so I don't want to have that down on the ground where they can get to it. She knows not to mess with it, but you never know. Kids get curious. So you want to keep that up high just to keep little prying hands out of it. Below that is the most important piece of equipment in this candle shop, the TV that I mounted to the wall. Don't know about you guys, but I just hate the quiet. I always have to have some type of noise going, so that was definitely one of the first things that I got in here. I couldn't live without it. Below that is just my pouring table. That's where I do most of my pouring at, and do a lot of my boxing for shipping and everything. There's just a folding table I bought at Walmart, just covered up with a blanket just to keep down on stains and whatnot. Also great storage underneath. Just pan around the whole room here. It's just a closet. Nothing really special in there. It's kind of messy, so I'm going to keep it closed for the video. Hopefully this isn't too shaky. In the corner there is all of my photography equipment, my umbrella lights, and different stuff I use for making videos and photo shoots. Alright, so there you have it. I know, like I said, most people aren't going to have this exact equipment or this exact space. Just wanted to show you what I had, just kind of give you a few examples of what you can do with the space. Some of the equipment that's out there. So hopefully that helped a little bit. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for the next video, and thanks for watching.